everyone. Welcome to the new session, if else branching. Okay. In this things, I have actually taken a task like iterating a list of string, and if that string has a character I, then count that number of characters. Otherwise, return the length of the string. See, actually, I'm doing if some case and else another case. So in such cases, how do we construct the pipelines? In previous case, the input, whatever we were doing it, actually we transform into A to B and B to C and C to D, then we'll collect or we'll print or consume something we'll be doing it. Here, if the transformed data from A to B, then check if the B is so and so, then return C or D kind of. So how do we handle this kind of branching statements? See, okay, so in this case, I'll just pick this part. If a string has I, then count I. So let me only finish that part and we'll come to back to this one. Okay, then I need a string input. Let me put input itself. Okay, so I have to actually stream that into characters. If you look this, it actually take this input and converts that into stream of characters, that is an again integer. So here again it's an int stream. I can apply filter on it. Okay, I have to check has I has I is equal to I, then have to do some counting process. Let's check only this, is it working or not. Okay, it has I, it should print 1. Yes, it is printing 1. So let me put some more i's. Yes, it is printing properly. Okay, so this is a method. So let me extract this method. Let me put count. Okay, before that, let me externalize that input also. It's a char. Okay, now I'm extracting this. Count occurrences. Okay, now our method is ready. Okay, done. Okay, now I declare a string, sorry, list of strings. Then I'll try to apply this operation. How can we do branching? Okay, I take this list, iteration, and here manipulations. So what I have to do, I have to do some length operation. So I'll just do, okay. So what I have to do, um, if that contains I care count, let me change it. Okay, contains I, if in this case I have to call this method. So the check character, I'll just define it. Check character, I'll define it here. Okay, in such cases I have to return the length. It's done. Okay, so if do this, otherwise do this. Anyhow, the return would be like another string or any other data type. Okay, it is a long here. Yeah, of course. We are actually calculating the count and do collection. So if you do collection right now, collectors, sorry, collectors dot to list would be a list of long. So we'll get 1 and some count 1 and 4. Yes, 6, 1, 6, 1, 4. Yes. Okay, that's what we get. So here we are actually doing some branching statement. See, in this case, it is okay. See, if I have to take a decision on some data, if so, do some process, otherwise do some other process. In this case, you have to isolate that into two different method and you can have another method. So here it is a one line. I just did it here itself. In other cases, you can write it as a separate method and you can just apply that method by passing this input so that all these operations will be taken within that method and we can do it. In that way also we can do it. So here it is only one line, so I just again I'm getting rid of these things. So now also I should get 1614. Yes, so that has been replaced with that. Okay, so this is how we'll do that branching operations in case of one. See, what if I have to actually block for some inputs? You apply a filter somewhere before this statement, then that particular input will not even occur. So as we have already seen in pipelines collection, like this null is actually filtered and that was not giving any result. So that's how we can actually filter few outputs. But you want to do operations on all these data, still for some you have to perform something like this and something else. Failing in the case, you have to take some else cases, then you have to actually pick some branching statements like this. So this is also okay only if the data returned by if case and else case is same. I mean the data type. So then you can collect in a single collector and you get the data out as a single object like this. So this is how we'll do the branching operations. So if at all failing in the case this data type and that data type is missing, then you have to actually split this object, split this collection into two set, whichever meets this condition and whichever fails that condition, into two different lists, and you have to perform separately. That's how we have to do it. So if it's not possible, it's not actually possible to convert everything into Java 8 standards, because some cases it is not at all necessary. Say in this case, let me just declare some input. Hi, I just wanted to print if it is null, if it is null, just print default, otherwise it's already lowercase, something like this. So this statement not necessary to convert into Java 8 because there are no sequence of operations which we are doing it here. So simply we are checking by null, is it null or not, and you are just doing some operations. So one or two operations. In such cases, not necessary to go to that functional programming. So we can do it here itself like this. Okay, so here is special cases. Still, we can adopt functional programming. That's what we have described here. Hope you understood. Shortly, we'll check it in the next video.